sit bones are connecting down to the ground, and it's a little bit uneven, and that's okay. So feel free to move around if you need to find that. And when you're sitting nice and tall like this, you want to lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's just do 3 of those little shoulder rolls, up, back, and down. And start to breathe and come into the space. And go ahead and rest your shoulders. Feeling your belly pulling slightly in just to support your spine, but you're not pulling it in all the way. Close your eyes. And try to match your inhalation with your exhalation. Just breathing in your own rhythm. And the cool air come in. And warm air go out through your nose. Think about why you came to class today, what it is you're hoping to get from class. Thank yourself for showing up here, being in this space, and taking time to honor you in this busy day. Now take your hands to prayer in front of your chest and start to rub your hands together to create some heat and energy. And then put the palms of your hands on the backs of your closed eyelids and just feel that warmth. It's a reminder that we create the energy that we need. And then let your hands just float down by your hips and flicker your eyes open. Come into the inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to twist like a corkscrew and the arms fall down. Inhale up to center, reaching tall, 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 tall. And twist to the other side. Let's repeat that 3 times. So 2 more times on each side. Inhale up to the center. And then exhale. As we exhale, we're going to imagine we're pushing the ground away. Inhale up to center in your own breath, in your own time. Exhale, rising tall. 1 more on each side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twisting, looking behind you even more. Come back to center. And last one on this side, twisting, looking behind you. Good. And then just come back to center and let's go ahead and just walk our hands out. And when you get to that place, that stick point, go ahead and just relax your head, relax your spine, have a lot of roundness here. Keeping both hip bones on the mat. And as you exhale, walk your fingertips forward a little bit more. One more breath. And walk your hands back. Take your right hand, put it on your right knee, then turn your chest towards your left knee, and you're going to start to fall over your left knee, stretching out the hip on this side. You can use your right hand to push your knee down on the right side. Create a little bit more resistance there, but as you exhale, let yourself fall down a little further. Good, and then come back up to the center. Extend your right leg out. Lay your right hand down on the ground. You can even put it under your calf if you'd like, and let your elbow come down to the ground. And then raise your your left arm up to the ceiling, up and over. Nice little straddle, half straddle, side body stretch. If you want to, look up to the sky. It's a beautiful day. And exhale, we're reaching our fingertips a little bit more towards our toes. Opening up our rib cage, trying to keep both hip bones down. Feeling the energy of our right thigh drive down to the ground, flexing our foot on that side. And go ahead and come on. Let's switch our legs. So let's put our left in front and walk our hands out forward. Holding here for 3 to 4. Inhale, we feel the low back opening and expanding. Exhale, we sink down. You might have one hip that's a little tighter than the other. That's normal. And for some people, doing hip stretching can be kind of emotional, so we carry a lot of our emotions in that area, the stress. Surprisingly, let our hands back up. Left hand on the left knee, turn your chest over to the right side, and let your chest fall. You know, for me, I carry my baby on the left side, so my left side is, I try to even it out, but we have a natural tendency, right, when we pick a kid up. I carry my groceries on that side and everything, so left is always way more tight for me, but it's going to be a little different for you, just depending on what you do. Come back up to center, extend the left leg out, flexing the foot, laying the left hand down on the ground. If you want to go under the calf, you can, reaching up, stretching towards the sky and over. Driving your left thigh down to the ground. It's so still and peaceful here today. It's nice. Gotta love these German summer days. And come back up to the center. Good. Now let's go ahead and go into table position. So, fingers spread wide, index finger points forward, hands are under your shoulders. Take a minute if you need to adjust your mat and kind of figure out where these little holes are here in the ground, the little divots. And find a spot that's comfortable for you. But on the inhale, we're going to draw our chest forward, let our chin rise up. And on the exhale, let's breathe all the air out and round up, lots of space in our vertebra, pulling the belly button to the spine. Let's do 3 of those. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, belly to spine. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, let all the air out. I love when I can hear you breathe. Inhale. Our neutral position. We're going to raise our right hand straight forward in front of us and then turn so your thumb is facing up towards the sky. Then we're going to raise this arm up and back towards our hip and bring it on through. So let's do 5 arm circles there. Follow the thumb with your eyes. Helps with some of your tracking. Good. When you've done 5, inhale the right arm up to the sky, opening the chest. And then we're going to sweep the arm through, but this time instead of just sweeping it through onto the ground, try to reach back towards your left ankle, letting the right shoulder come onto the ground and just feeling that twist go a little deeper than you've done in other classes, and then raise the left arm up the ceiling and then over to the opposite side. Really twisting and opening. You should feel that in the back of the neck, shoulder, spine. Good, and come up to neutral position and tabletop. Let's do the left side. Extend the arm forward. Switch so the thumb is up towards the sky. Find a nice stable base in your table position, and then raise it up and back, tracking with your eyes as your thumb goes around. Take care of our shoulders just for a second. And one more. Good, now raise the left arm up towards the sky and sweep that left arm under the right, reaching towards the right ankle. Left cheek comes down to the mat. And then we can push the ground away with the right hand if you want, or you can raise it up to the ceiling and over to the hip pocket. Whatever feels right for you. One more breath, twisting open. Good. Now let's go back into our table position and curl your toes under, lift up and back into our first downward dog. If you want to, have your knees bent here because we're just warming up. Or if you have a nice long position between the top of your head through your tailbone, then you can go ahead and straighten your legs and drive your heels down towards the ground. I'm going to do a quick check to make sure that you're not splaying out your abs. Like, you want to make sure that those are supported so you have your abs slightly engaged as you're drawing your rib cage and your chest back towards your thighs. Pedal the right, straightening the right, bending the left. Now switch sides. Pedal. Good. Now look to your hands. We're going to go ahead and walk our feet up towards our hands so that we are hip width apart, forward fold and hang. Letting your head be heavy here. If you want to sway, you can. If you want to have a little bit of bend in your knees, you can. But as you inhale, just imagine that you're drawing down a little bit more. As you exhale, we're opening up behind the legs and the glutes. One more breath and then we'll reverse sun salute. Arms come out and up as we rise, flat back. Inhale up. Look up, be grateful. Hands come to touch and pull down the midline. Exhale. Standing tall in our Tadasana, feel all four corners of the feet on the ground. Legs are slightly engaged, so we have energy in our legs. We have our hips tucked slightly under and up towards our collarbone, and shoulders are relaxed. Little smile on our face. Yeah, look up, be grateful. Here we go. Look up. And forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, straight legs. Exhale, come down, hands come to the mat, jumper step back to plank. Then hold your plank for a minute. We're gonna have our feet about hip width apart. If you want to go down to your knees, you're absolutely welcome to. But as we lower ourselves down, we're gonna squeeze our rib cage with our biceps. Lower all the way down, flip the tops of the feet and rise up into our cobra. Shoulder blades tracking towards our tailbone, thighs are engaged. And exhale, come on down to the right cheek. Inhale to rise up to cobra. A little bit more height this time, opening up the chest. And come down to the left cheek. Inhale, rise up to cobra, finding a little bit more height, drawing your toes to the back of the room. I guess we're outside, the trees behind you. And then curl your toes under, push up and back into downward dog. Pedal your feet just for a second. Take one good breath and draw your ribs back towards your thighs. Look to your hands, jumper step your way forward. Either is totally fine. And inhale and rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come down. Hands come to the mat, jumper step back to plank. Here's an option. You can either lower your knees down or take a push-up if you'd like. And then lowering down into our chaturanga in the upward dog or cobra. And then back into our downward dog. And stay there just for a second. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Trying to not open up your hips, so keep your hips squared off. Your shoulders are squared off here. Your leg is nice and straight. I don't care about how high it is, I care about how straight your leg is. There you go, beautiful. Bend your knee and bring it through, holding a plank crunch just for a second. And then place our foot down on the mat, lower the back knee down, flip the top of the foot, reach forward to rise into our low lunge. Reaching up, and then back, let the chin rise up. Feeling that nice stretch down the front of the hip flexor and psoas. Open up the arms to cactus arms, lower the shoulders down. And then drop the hands behind, interlace the fingers, and lower them back towards your heel. Chin rises up. Raise your arms back up as we shift our weight into half split, flexing the front foot, straightening the front leg, stacking the back hip over the knee, and go ahead and start to lower ourselves down. It's getting hot. Sorry. Getting hot in here. Burn. You're totally fine. I'm glad you moved and did what you needed to do for yourself. As you exhale, draw your chest towards your toes, trying to keep your back flat. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of roundness, that's okay, but try not to hunch. Good. On the inhale, rise up into low lunge. Exhale, flow to the half split. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, flow forward. And one more low lunge. And then if you want to, this is a great time to go into our full split. So supporting yourself with your hands, making your way forward with your front leg and back with the other leg. Trying to keep your body nice and tall. Pulling your belly in to support your ribs. And you can either go to your right side to come out, or you can do the awkward, like bring your legs in situation. But either way, we are gonna have our front foot meet our back foot and go into our chaturanga. Rocking forward 1 inch, push up if you want. Sweeping through into up dog or cobra and back into downward dog. Let's raise the left leg up to the sky, keeping our hips squared off, feeling ourselves supported in our hands. And then bring the knee through plank crunch and hold, pulling the heel and the knee up towards the ribs. Placing the foot down on the mat, and then the back knee comes down as well. Let's reach forward and rise. And rise. I like the word rise. Shoulders are down, relax. Breathe, chin rises up. Feel ourselves centered in alignment so we're not sinking into our back. Good. Open up the chest, cactus. And then let's interlace our fingers and pull them down towards the back heel. Try to interlace your fingers the other direction that you normally, like the opposite way, whatever you did last time. Feels weird, right? It's like we fold our arms one way. Arms come up. And we're shifting into half split, flexing the foot, straightening the front leg, letting the chest lower. I always like to imagine whatever area I'm trying to stretch, when I exhale, it just opens up, like if you were to blow into like a pile of sand and it kind of disperses. Something like that. And let's flow through 3 breaths. Here we go. Inhale, come up, low lunge. Exhale to fall. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. It's really important that your feet are in alignment with your hips here, that you're not crossing over your midline. And on this third one, if you want to go into split, you're welcome to. I have a little injury happening on this side, so I'm not going to take split today. I'm going to hang out right here. You're welcome to. One more breath. Chest rising tall, belly supporting the spine. Good, and then either rock to the left side to come out, or do the wiggle wiggle, awkward thing, whatever it is that you want to do. But we're gonna go ahead and bring our foot back, and let's do our chaturanga. Push up is optional. and downward dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. This time we're gonna bring it through and go into our warrior one. So plank crunch just for a second. Front foot comes down, and then our back foot is gonna come down so that your foot is in a 45-degree angle alignment. So your heel is still in alignment with your hip, but your toes go out to the side just slightly. Then arms come up, front leg is at a 90-degree angle, and both hips you want to square off towards the front of the room. I like to touch my hips, tell them what to do. That works for me. Belly pulled in. Shoulders are relaxed, arms are strong. We don't do noodle arms, we do strong arms. Get lower in the front. Good. And a little lower. Feeling your weight evenly distributed between your front and your back. Good. Now lower the right arm down. Straighten the front leg. We're going to twist so that our back hip is pulling forward. And let's reach forward, flat back, as we go into our little pyramid stretch. So hand can come onto the ground, or can come on to the thigh, the calf, hips, whatever it is you want to do. I just want your back to be nice and straight. Your head and neck are in alignment. Front hips pulling back in space. And then left your hand can stay on the ground as you twist and open towards the other side. Reverse. Trying to keep our neck long, twisting from our shoulder. Trying to keep your hand in alignment with your shoulder so that you're not opening up too far. Good. And both hands come down, reaching forward to rise as we bend our front leg. Nice. Feel the energy shooting to the back pinky toe side of the foot. Straightening up our legs, or straightening our hips towards the front. Now let's go into eagle arms. So sweep the right hand under the left. And if you need to stop here, that's just fine. Or you can grab a thumb. But you want to have the goal of overlapping your hands. Now split your vision, gaze, with your hands. Let your elbows draw forward and feel that nice stretch. Now let's lean forward, leading with our elbows, and we're going to go into wounded warrior. And stretch that way, it's a little different. And then inhale, we rise up, straightening our front leg. Belly pulls in, elbows rise. Rock. And then leaning forward, let's fall down. Wounded warrior. Now let's inhale, we push and straighten our leg and come up. And one more time, bend our front leg. Reaching forward and come down. And now let's rise. Reminds me of like the strength and surrender, right? Come back to neutral position. Bend the front knee slightly. I know our arms are getting tired, but we're gonna step and straighten our front leg and go into full eagle. And so you start to bend, put all of our balance in the right leg. I'm gonna kickstand there. Bend the right leg, wrap with the left, and start to sink down. Trying to keep your shoulders square, your hips square, and sinking a little lower. This one was hard for me after having the baby. One day I will get there with the full wrap. We're just working on our progress every day. Sink lower. Think about what you need to be strong in. Sink lower. Spread your toes wide at the ground. Good. Come up and release. All the blood should just be flowing around. Feels good, right? We love it. Feels great. Ready? Let's do the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fall flat back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Hands come to mat, jumper step back to plank. Optional push-up. And then do your chaturanga. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the knee forward. Place the foot on the ground. twisting the back foot so that the toes go out to the side, but your heel's still in alignment with your hip. And reach forward to rise. Warrior one. Shoulders are relaxed. Knit your ribs together. Hips are facing the front. Back leg is strong. Beautiful, you guys. Get lower. Good. Lower the left arm down. Straighten that front leg. Reaching up with the right hand, let's start to reach forward and go into our pyramid. Flat back. And come on down. Exhale and come on down a little lower. And let's twist. So right hand stays down, left arm opens up to the side. Love these postures that wring out all the stress, right? And both hands come down, the front knee bends as we're going to rise up. Left arm comes under right arm as we go into eagle arms on this side. We can stop here or here, whatever feels good and right for you. So inhale, elbows draw forward, belly's pulled in, nice strong legs. Exhale, we lead with our arms as we fall into wounded warrior. Inhale, we rise up. Head goes back, arms lift to the sky. And exhale, let's come down. 2 more times. Move with your own breath, please. We're using our breath to help the movement. Feeling that connection with ourselves. Learning we can be stable when we're struggling, when it's awkward. All of those beautiful things. Then come back to neutral. Step forward, straighten that left leg. Find your stability there first with the kickstand. If this is where you are today and that balance move is all you got, that's great. Stay here. But for those that want to try, let's go ahead and wrap that leg. Yoga is not about Instagram poses and all that fancy stuff. It's about finding where you can find the stillness, the breath, the proper alignment within the posture, and connecting your own sweetness and strength together. Your own, we call it stira and sukha. And then come on out. This is gonna be glorious. Oh, I love how that feels. Everybody, let's go into child's pose just for a second. So knees come down onto the mat. Going out as far as you'd like, toes come to touch. And then your arms can either be like index finger, thumb touching, and your arms are in like a diamond, or you can extend them out straight, or you can actually bring them back by your heels, whatever feels right to you. Just take one big inhale. And the cleansing out the mouth, exhale. And that felt really good, so how about we just do that again? Inhale. And exhale. We're going to walk out into a plank. I do a quick little plank series because we want to increase our core strength, right? We have a lot of fun summer activities coming up. I'm sure with bike riding, swimming, doing all the things. I need a strong core. So let's go into our nice, strong, stable plank. Feet are hip width apart. And from here, let's either go into side plank by lowering the knee down and extending up towards the sky, or you can just twist the feet, or you can stack the feet. Choose your option. Either way, I'd love to see the glutes engaged. The neck is long, the shoulders stacked over the hand. And if you want to push your edge, you can raise the top leg. Good, and come back to center. And let's go to the other side.
30 minutes completed.
Oh,
Burn
thanks.
calories
We can lower the knee
125
down,
heart rate 93
or we
beats
can
per
have
minute.
the feet stacked, whatever you want to do. But the most important thing is your shoulder, wrist alignment. And you help to support yourself by kind of putting energy in that bottom foot, squeezing your glutes, pulling your abs in, and then reaching skyward. Fingers extended. Good. Come back to center, lower all the way down, hands under your shoulders. And let your either cheek come down onto the mat, and then just wiggle your hips for a second. Good. Now bring your arms under so that we're in elbow plank. So your elbows are directly under your shoulders. You can clasp your hands, interlace your fingers however you like. I like to make a fist with one hand and then overlap it with my other hand. Doesn't matter which hand. Feet are gonna be hip width apart again, and we're gonna come up onto our toes, and we're gonna drop our hip to the right. We're gonna drop it to the left. We're gonna come back to center and push our seat skyward like a down dog almost into dolphin, and come back to neutral. We're gonna do this 5 times through that series. So here we go. Right, left, skyward, down, right, left, up, down. Each time you do this, try to get a little bit higher. This is great prep for handstands. I have that we have 2 more each side. Last one. Very good. Lay all the way down, put the opposite cheek on the mat. And just wiggle those hips. From here, go ahead and let's push ourselves up. Walk our hands back towards the back of the mat. Take your feet as wide as you can go on your mat, or you can step off onto the grass. That actually might feel good, but to have a little bit wider leg for your feet. Walk your hands over to the right leg and pull the chest down. And over to the left leg and pull the chest. Back to the center and reach under your tunnel. I don't know, through your legs. And walk your hands towards the back. Or you can grab your ankles, whatever. Good, now put your hands up, down on the ground in front of you. Turn your feet so that your toes are off the mat. Your heels are pointing towards each other. Let's lower ourselves down to the side. If this hurts your knees at all, you can always come up to goddess. Just do it a little higher. Just opening up our hips, trying to keep our spine nice and tall. Using your elbows to push them open. Sit bones drawing forward, shoulders up and back. Let's walk our hands back out. Go into our plank just for a second and then back into our downward dog. Let's inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it through plank, crunch and hold. Then place that foot down on the ground. We're gonna go into warrior 2. So spinning the back foot to be perpendicular with the front, cartwheel our arms up. Really nice, strong T arms here. Front knees should be at a 90-degree angle. Feeling your weight shift to the pinky toe side of the foot. Feeling all corners of your feet on the ground and push that ground away as you sink down. hips are towards the side of the mat. Shoulders towards the side. Looking out over the front arm if you'd like. And get lower. Reach me forward. Let's go into extended side angle where our index finger is trying to go towards our big toe. And then opening up towards the sky. Oh, it's so fun to hear the birds. Inhale, come up to triangle with our legs. And we're going to raise our arm up and back. So we have a reverse triangle. Still feeling that energy in our legs, nice strong legs. Back hands drawing down towards that back heel. And then on the exhale, go back into extended side angle. Using our own arm to open up our knee, our bottom knee. Inhale, we rise up. And exhale, back into extended side angle. We'll do that one more time. Each way. Inhale, come on. And now we go into extended side angle. Let's do the wrap. So top arm drops to the back, opposite hip. Bottom hand comes under the leg. And we work our hands together to try to find that grab. If you can't get there, just reach under your thigh and reach back with your hand. Totally cool. Whatever it is you want to do today. And then twist and open your shoulders to the sky and try to look up towards the sky. Breathe. Release your hands down. We're going to go ahead and put both hands on the mat. Bring the front foot back to meet the back foot. Chaturanga. Let's go on to the left leg. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Hold plank crunch. And then place that foot down. Spin the back foot. Cartwheel the arms up into our nice T. Opening up the shoulders. Good. Getting lower in the front leg. Looking out over what you want. Engaging the back leg, pushing the ground away with our feet. Let's reach forward and go into our side angle. Inhale up, straighten the front leg. Arm reaches up. And let's come on down. Move with your own breath. One more time. And for those that want the wrap, let's go. Arm reaches behind and down and under. Find the stillness in the struggle. And release that. Both hands come to the mat. Front foot meets back foot. Push up if you'd like. We're going to go through that one more time and add on a couple little balance postures that you love. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. It's hot enough out here now. I think we're doing hot yoga, guys. Exhale, bring the knee through. Place that foot down on the ground. Spin the back foot. We're going into warrior two again. But this time, we're going to go into our half moon. So heel toe your back foot in. Flip your hands so they're facing the side, like you're opening, like where your hips are. And then we're going to straighten the front leg and go into our star. And then tilt down, reaching for the ground. Then we get to our half moon. Our leg is parallel to the ground, reaching up towards the sky, and then spinning your head up towards the sky if that's where you're at. It's good to find a focal point here though. Just go whatever's comfortable for you. And then bend that front leg. Flow back into our warrior two. And let's go ahead and do our vinyasa. Hands come to the mat. Chaturanga. And push back into down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Hit our warrior two just for a second. Then when we're ready, heel toe the back foot in, flip our hands, start reaching for the ground. Woo. Whenever I look away, I fall. Stay focused. I need your affirmation card today, Kathleen. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do star because I'm on a weird hill. I'm tumbling down the hill. It's great. And go ahead and let's lower ourselves down. Laying all the way down on the ground. We're gonna lay our left cheek down on the mat. Let's do a spinal twist. Left arm extends out on the grass. Right hand comes under your right shoulder. Bend the right leg. Twist. And then come back to center. Let's do the other side. Extend the right arm out. Left hand comes under. Right cheek on the mat. Left foot comes up and over. Twist. Good. Come back to center. Let's push up into table. Just for a second, we're gonna extend our right leg, or our right arm out, our left leg back, and hold that nice strong posture just for a second. And then reach up and back to grab our leg and kick your hand away as you're opening up your chest. And then go ahead and release. And let's do the other side. Reach your left arm forward, right leg back, and just bend your knee. You're not, you don't want your knee to go out to the side. Your knee should still track downward as you grab your leg and kick away. It's really important your knee tracks downward or you'll hurt your knee. You keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Try not to sink your weight into the left hip. Stay nice and centered between your hand and your knee. And then release that. Good. Knee should be hip width apart. Let's go into a quick camel. So inhale, rise up, drive our hips forward. Hands go to the ceiling, sky. Used to be in class. And then exhale, they're gonna reach back and you can either grab your hips and let your head fall back that way, or grab your feet, whatever you wanna do. But the goal is the same. Open up the chest, drive your hips forward, let your head fall all the way back. And then inhale, come up to ceiling. Exhale, head comes down to mat, hands come back by our feet. We're gonna do that one more time. So exhale, let's go again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, come on down. One more breath. Place your hands on the ground and we're gonna go into crow. So hands should be shoulder width apart. You can walk on your toes up to meet, so your knees are right and back of your triceps. You want to spin your arms towards each other, bend at the elbow just slightly, place your knees on the back of your triceps, and then start to practice. You want to look 6 inches in front of your fingertips, and start to practice shifting your weight forward, and then practice 1